Hey everyone, I'm Joe and today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Problems Tag. This was originally created by About to Read, whose channel and indeed video I will link in the description box below. As always, I wasn't told to do this by anybody, however I recently saw a few people do it and I thought it looked interesting, so here I am. The reason I thought it looked interesting was because unlike normal tag videos where the questions are filmed around books and you generally end up waving books around like you normally do, this is actually focused on the more technical side of BookTube and actually filming and preparing videos and that kind of thing, which you don't generally get to talk about generally on BookTube because of course there's no point. You know, everybody tends to do BookTube in vaguely the same sort of way, although obviously with some differences. So I thought this looked a bit different now, and indeed, something you don't see often, so here I am. There are 7 questions in total, and without further delay, I'll get straight on to the first one. So, question 1. When you have a large stack of books or box of books, how long does it take you to get that thumbnail? Now, this is actually extremely simple because it doesn't take me any attempts. I don't take photos of my thumbnails. I obviously use filming. When I do my usual bye everybody at the end of the videos and then I reach forward to turn my camera off and I do the fade out, I don't actually turn my camera off then. Instead, I'll sit back here. I'll quickly grab, for instance, whatever it is that I want to take a picture with. In this case, I'm using my Kindle for example. And I'll sit there, smiling at the camera, hold my Kindle up or book or whatever it is. Obviously, if it's a stack of books, then I'll obviously have to quickly adjust them so they're in a nice, neat row. Very carefully balance them and do the same thing. And it's extremely easy and normally extremely fast. It takes me maximum of about 20 seconds to get the thumbnail. And then obviously when I'm editing, I just pull the frame out that I need. It's really quite simple. Question 2. How often do you forget to charge your battery or your camera before filming? And this is never, because for one thing, once I finish filming, and indeed I'll do the same when I finish filming this, I will obviously immediately take the battery out of my camera and then put it in a charger, which is right over there, and this is like an automatic process. Plus I have the advantage that when I bought this camera, I bought 2 extra batteries for it. So basically I can now film for extended periods of time, because generally I can film 2 videos on 1 full battery charge, because I've got it on the max setting, so it tends to drain quite quickly. So for instance now, this is actually the 2nd video in a row that I filmed, and indeed I plan to film another in a minute. So once I film this, I will immediately turn the camera off, pull the battery out, and I'll put one of these 2 batteries in the camera and I can carry on filming. It's extremely handy, it really is. Question 3 is, do you have more books coming in than you have space to store them? And my answer to this is, yeah, right, that's going to happen anytime soon. Now, I haven't even begun to double stack these shelves yet, plus I've got gaps all over these shelves. I mean, there's the shelf just above this one is completely empty for now, and indeed the shelf over there, which you've never seen, which is partially empty, and there's still gaps over here. And so my overall capacity for book storage is probably 700 or 800 books more than I have now, which even with my rate of buying books is still going to be at least 3 or 4 years away yet, at least, if not further. Question 4 is, how aggressively do you cull your collection? And this relates to the last question in many ways. And that is, I don't really have to particularly, because I've got the capacity to store a lot more books. However, despite this, I do try to look through my books occasionally and see if there's any books there that I know I'm not going to read for whatever reason, or often in the case I've read and I purposely did not like. So I'll just get rid of them because I'm not going to keep a book that I truly didn't like, that I thought was terrible. There's very few books like this though, so generally it's at most only a few dozen books per year that I'll ever get rid of, and I'm buying several hundred books a year. So my collection is growing much faster than I can ever get rid of books, at least for now anyway. It may change in the future. Question 5 is quite simply, how long does it take you to upload a video? Now, if you're going by sheer upload speed, as in to YouTube itself, then generally, depending on the time of day that I'm uploading, which is generally of an evening, anything from about 15 minutes to about an hour and a half. It rarely takes longer than an hour and a half. Occasionally it has taken close to 2 hours. I don't think I've ever taken more than 2 hours to upload a video, however. I mean, I've got a reasonably good broadband connection. As far as the overall, editing and creation of videos goes, do any talking a few hours in total. You're talking maybe an hour to go over the notes and stuff and write them down on a notepad here. Then obviously you've got to film it, which doesn't take that long generally, normally no more than half an hour with setting up the camera and such. Editing, again, most an hour, normally half an hour or less actually, because I'm rather fast at editing and I don't do anything excessively complicated in editing. I don't do any fancy effects or anything and then upload. So it's literally is really only about maybe 3 hours total for each video or less, so it's quite nice. Question 6 is your review pile overwhelming? And that is a very simple nowhere near. I read anywhere between 15 to 20 books per month, and that is still increasing as time goes by, and I only review about a quarter of that, so that's anything up to maybe 5 books a month. That's not exactly difficult to do video reviews of. Frankly, I can do the notes for them 5 videos in one evening, frankly, and then I spend one day, Saturday or Sunday or something. I can film them 5 of them back to back at most, or might have to take 2 weekends to 2 separate days and 2 separate weekends or something, but generally not much more than that. So it's, again, it's not really all that intensive actually. Question 7 is any gripes or problems with your filming or lighting setup? And there really isn't anything significantly major. I mean, yes, obviously it'd be ideal if I had improved lighting setup. I mean, I use a softbox or light box behind the camera here, and indeed you can see the reflection in my glasses sometimes. I wish I knew how to get rid of that reflection or set my light box, softbox up to not have that. Currently I still don't know how to do it. I've tried different ways of doing it and nothing seems to work. This room is not the ideal room to film in because of its shape and where the window is and all that sort of thing, but overall, it's perfectly good and it does work. So frankly, if it's not broke, don't fix it. At the moment, nothing's particularly broken. It might not be perfect, but it's pretty good. So I'm happy with how things are going. I mean, obviously, I would like to improve my overall quality of videos, and indeed, that is happening slowly over time. So with that said, that is it for all the questions of this video. I will link the person that I mentioned, the creator of this tag, in the description box below, along with all my social media links, as always. And that is it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you another day. Bye for now.